Sheetalji, is that silent player? Or
now?
Yeah.
There seems to be some issue with this.
Were you praying or you were silent?
No, I was praying this Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu.
But
nothing was. Okay. Yeah, we'll start together.
Yeah. Guru Brahma,
Guru Vishnu,
Guru Devo Maheshwara,
Guru
Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurudeve Namaha. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Yes. Today we are having the third discourse that is totally on the Shat Sampat. It is part of the sadhana. So can we begin with whomsoever wants to begin first? I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Okay, I'll start.
Yes, Rajni.
Yeah. Hopefully you won't be angry with me today.
Guruji spoke about the sixth wealth. Actually, in this world, we are busy collecting. Am I audible? Audible enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So what happens like in the world, we see ourselves going around our business collecting the materialistic wealth. And where does this lead us to? And if we say it might give us some pleasures or something, a very comfortable life, but then what? Does it lead me to anything which is permanent, anything which is eternal? And we have all experienced, no, that is not the case. We have all experienced. I work my, life through the, I work like this thing throughout, but I don't reach anywhere. So Guruji in this video has spoken about the Shat Sampati. Now, what is this Shat Sampati? There are 6 spiritual wealth, or I will call them jewels. Shama, Dama, Titisha, Uprati, Shraddha, or Samadhan. Now we'll start with Shama. Actually, before hearing video, I saw Shama is, kisi ko Shama karna, like, to just forget and forgive. But Shama is not that. The biggest forgiveness I need to do is for myself. And how do I do it? Shama is when I control. Actually, there is nothing like control of the mind. I need to understand the nature of the mind. Mind is seeking happiness. But unfortunately, it is seeking happiness in this world where there is no happiness.
Not able to. No. Suryaji, we are not able to.
I'm sorry. It's my to the ear, and these kids are. I can't control them. They are like the mind.
But we are not able to.
Rajniji, I can't mute. I'll mute my microphone. Yes. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. So the mind, if we just understand the nature of the mind is seeking happiness. But unfortunately, as I said, it is seeking happiness where it is not there. So even if slightly having understood where is the happiness, I am sure I would be in the path. So I just need to turn from the materialistic to the spiritual. do I find happiness? But I need to understand with myself, even if I get 1% happiness in the spiritual discourse, just even by listening, so I can understand, yes, there is happiness, or there is something even close to happiness. So if I make a turn towards this side, so when I understand the nature is the joy, that I'm looking for joy or happiness, my turn would be this side. So once is I move from that particular happiness to this happiness. And the second is by being in now. Mind is nothing but a bundle of thoughts. So either they go to the past or they go to the future. The past would be regret, anger, or whatever it is. And the future would be anxiety and all that. So we can study our mind. But if I go to the presence, if I go to the now, what we understand by now is not the time. Now is the presence. Behind all my actions is the presence, the existence. If I understand that existence, if I understand that now, so I am on the path of Shama. So Shama can be handled by two ways, by just turning the mind towards the spiritual happiness and towards by being in presence or being in now. Now, even it could be a very small thing in the sense, whatever I'm doing, I am into that action. So that is also one way of being in the presence or being in now. Then we come to Dhamma. Dhamma is the control of the senses. Again, control, if I forcefully control, it's very difficult. But if I'm not able to control, as Prabhuji was talking about, like he being diabetic and still very fond of sweets. So anytime when he sees the sweets, his mouth salivates. So these could be the impressions or whatever it is. So if we also look into our lives, there could be many, many impressions, the vasanas that we carry. So if I understand that these are my very deep-rooted impressions, so how do I do it? So I need to keep the senses away from the object. If I'm able to do that which is physical, which can be done. So if I am not supposed to have sweets, I can move away sweets from my senses. So that is one way of doing Dhamma. And the other Guruji has said was, mind has to be left in I see you. That is when the Sakshi is saying, I see you all the time. So when that happens, that is also one way of Dhamma. That is, I am able to control my sense organs. Sheetalji, you will have to tell me that I need to fast forward it so that... Sheetalji, do I need to go faster? I can't hear her. Okay.
Sheetalji, can you hear?
Hello.
We have lost her?
Can you hear me, Rajni?
Can you... Hey!
Yeah, Sheetalji, I just wanted to check with you.
We will have another session, but you continue. It seems good.
Sorry. The third sampati is titiksha. Abhi, what is titiksha? Titiksha, what I understand, is equanimity. That is being balanced in extreme happiness and in extreme sorrow. What happens even if it is a joy, I'm carried away in that joy. And if it is sorrow, I lose track. These are small humps, or these are the small obstacles, but they're not roadblocks. So if I understand that these are the small humps, which I just need to cross over, I would be in a better position. There are many examples to that. And what I really felt was, if I make a hump into a block, I would be I would prolong that sorrow. I would prolong that unhappiness. But if I make it just a hump and jump over it, I think so, that would help me. Then is the uprati. Uprati is a Sanskrit word which means up. Now, what do we understand by up? It is uplifting my mind towards what? Uplifting to a higher goal. Now, what is a higher goal? Higher goal is which leads me to the eternal happiness and eternal joy. So, Uprati is once I focus on my higher purpose, that is my higher realization, which is a self-realization. But how do I achieve this? This is by Shraddha. Now, Shraddha, which is the second Sampati, is the fifth Sampati, yes. Shraddha, when we go to Shraddha, Shraddha is nothing but faith. Now, Guruji said he's always been talking about not the blind faith. Then there were three interchangeable words which we use when it comes to Shraddha. This is faith, belief, and trust. Trust is something which is very intuitive in our nature. The child trusts his mother. He knows that the mother means welfare to me. So it comes, the existence is, I trust existence. So this is given by God. It is very intuitive in me. But belief is something which comes from the society. I believe in this God, I believe in that God, but I have not tried it. I just believe. I just take it what other people say. But when this belief is verified, it becomes knowledge. So I don't have to believe in God. I need to know God. And how do I know God? So the easiest path is by Guru. Now, I may start with a belief which has to turn into faith, which ultimately will turn into self-realization. Now, Guru, accepting somebody as your Guru is not easy. But a very simple thing is that in the presence of Guru, in the presence
Rajniji, you have lost you.
Yeah. Rajniji.
She's coming back.
Hello, I think so. I've lost you guys.
Correct.
Yeah, now okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know. So it is the Shraddha. Now, Shraddha is, to start with, let's start Shraddha in the way Guru, at least in the presence of the master, my mind is settled or my mind is calm. That is the first and the foremost. Then Guru is Shrotya and Brahmanishta. He is able to communicate in a very, very simple language the deepest secrets of Vedas. And he's an embodiment of those scriptures. That by knowing Guru, you can understand that he himself is a walking scripture. So when you see this, you just hold the feet of the master. So you're very blessed. We are all very blessed. Then we come to Samadhan. After having taken these steps, then it is just one pointed focus that the mind is focused on self-realization. And I have an intense desire for liberation. And I need to be free. Now, liberation is freedom from the turbulence of the mind, which is my true nature. And I'm established in my true nature. Thank you, everyone. Hari Om.
Thank you, Rajniji. The next speaker, please.
Suryaji, continue.
No. Lakshmiji, you speak. I'll speak in the end, whatever is remaining. I'll speak.
Oh, then. Okay. Hari Om. It's regarding Shat Sampatti, for the self-realization. Guruji has told beautifully, he explained each and every quality which leads to, which we have to practice to lead to self-realization. Already Rajani ji has already explained beautifully. Shama, control of the mind. So for which we have to see first our bundle of thoughts, whatever in mind, whatever we have, bundle of thoughts, whether it is past or future or whatever. And then we have to see what best we can do. And then we have to be in the present. So to be in the present, so to be in the present, the mind has to be under our control. Okay. Mind, we are not the slaves of the mind. We have to be the masters of the mind. So to be there, and it's an experience. To be in the present is an experience. So that experience is important. So once you are in that experience, and you need not, that past and future thoughts will subside, and then you can get the control of the mind. So this is Shama. So, and then Dhamma, control of our sense organs. Wherever we are tend to get angry, we are tend to, go after some kind of materialistic this one, through like the seeing and feeling, and then those things. So that we have to control by force only. So that cannot come natural. It has to be controlled by force only. So once you are in the control of mind and the sense organs, it will be easier to go for the next stage of the spiritual path. These are all the steps to the spiritual path, and it will be easy for our next lesson. And next comes Titiksha, which is explained beautifully by Guruji with so many examples. And of course, Rajani has explained everything. The main thing is to be balanced. And the beautiful example Guruji gave us, road humps and roadblocks. Road humps, we have to consider it as road hump, not as a roadblock, and make our life end there, because this life is for a this life has been given after very, very long. So many lives have to take place, and then this life has come. So this life, we have to make it meaningful by seeking for spiritual this one and self-realization. And the main thing is to be balanced, whether you are fully happy and then go ecstatic, or being too much of problems with the sorrow, you should be able to face Shitoshna Sukha Dukkha. Like that example he had given. Everything you have to take it in the same way. So that once you achieve that, it will be you are reaching at least a certain stage with all these three things. The fourth quality is Uparati. Uparati is being happy. Being happy by when you are seeking, not being happy, when you are seeking happiness. So in the higher aspects of life, so you will feel happy. So these three qualities, mind control and sense control, and then balance of life, all these will help you. And then once you start for the spiritual this one, and you will be happy, and that is Uparati. Rati means being happy. And this next is Shraddha. Shraddha, faith was really very the way it was explained, the difference between the trust, belief, and the faith. So how the faith has to be taken. Whatever you believe is not true, and once if you want to see that whether that what you believed is true, only the Guru can show the path for it. Only Guru can show the path, and with the faith, that Guru will show the path. We have to go to the Guru, or we have to seek a Guru and the scriptures. The scriptures also, which actually, as Rajini also said, walking scriptures. Guru himself is the walking scriptures. He explains beautifully and communicate things very simple way, and so that that belief will be converted into faith. So, and then next samadhan. So focusing at one point or self-realization. So, and then again, desire for liberation, that is mumukshatva. So this, my little understanding on the video. Thank you.
Thank you, Lakshmi ji. The last speaker, please.
But not the least.
We are not doing the questions thing after each one speaks, is it? Okay. You wrote in the thing that there will be questions. You didn't ask Guruji after that, and after every speaker the questions thing. Okay.
No, that's not. You wrote that in the way.
I think presently, as what Sheetal had put in on the video, the coordinator will be asking questions after this.
Not
understanding
not summarization.
Yeah,
no summarizations.
Exactly.
Only questions by the coordinator.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. After everybody speaks.
Yeah.
Okay. All right then. Okay. I will have to say almost the same things which you said. I will say in the way I approach these things. It's Niji, you said Shama, I think. Shama and forgiving that way. It's SHAMA, Shama, right? It's not Kshama, right? The Kshama and the Shama, the words are itself the different words.
Okay.
Yeah, you hear it similar, Shama and Shama, but Shamadamaya, it's naturally while saying the mind and controlling the mind comes naturally because that's how we use it. But in my understanding, it's impossible to control the mind. But it's just a way of putting forward. You can only understand the mind. And when you understand it, when you really understand it, there is no difference between, kind of achieving that and being under. For example, see, I will tell you one experience where you will get both the Shama and Dama. There is one hotel very far from here, let's say double row, and there is a bisibele bath, which I like very much. Now, whenever I'm hungry, usually in the evenings, I think of that bisibele bath, and I want to, it feels like let's go there and eat it. The desire arises, and it's quite far, so I'll take the bike in the traffic. Sometimes, in the hot sun. Somehow I reach there. There are a lot of people there always. There is a fight, and somehow I get a plate and I sit down in a corner. I eat it. I like it very much. Mission accomplished. I come back, and sometimes later, maybe after a couple of days, then when I get hungry, I get the same thing. I want to eat it again. So this is how a normal man's life goes on. The same cycle. He wants it again. He goes get it again. So next time he'll raise the level. The bisibele bath is boring. He'll raise the level to something else. Some ice cream, something somewhere. So, sorry. So now in the Shamadama, what happens is you observe the mind. When the desire comes, you see it. Oh, I recognize you. You had come last time. Now again, you are here. Now you allow it to happen. Now you have to go there. And this time you are very alert, very, aware about what's happening. That desire is taking you through all these headaches. Traffic in Bangalore, especially, to getting somewhere is like an achievement. So with all the, hot sun, all the, it'll take 45 minutes or 1 hour, you reach there. You, because of the helmet and everything, you have a slight headache and everything, but you have reached there. Then the usual fight to get it amongst a lot of people. You get the plate and you settle down. And you are alert and aware. Now you have a couple of spoons and you realize, okay, for this, I have done all this circus. Then after you have almost half the plate, you recognize that your taste has completely gone. At least 70 or 80% of your, in the beginnings, it's very high. You like it very much. Then it's declining. And by the time you reach half the plate, whatever it is available in the house, you eat it, you eat that, or the favorite bisibele bath. They both are the same after half the plate. If you see it properly, the taste is same after that. Once your stomach is half full, the taste is similar. It doesn't make much difference in your mouth. You have to see it properly. And that happens. So somehow you finish it. Now you have to go back. Then again, headache. When you have the desire to get something, going is sometimes, you don't even recognize it because you're excited. But after that, coming back is usually a headache. So you see that properly because of that small, the taste or the whatever, the small pleasure, you had to take this ride, all the pains. Now, when it happens again, after the couple of days, this time you see it, that same desire which has happened a couple of days before. This time you are hesitant. There is the motivation to go there, right? It's not as much as the first time, but still you go because you can't sit just like this. What else will you do? Let's go, you say. And this time it's too painful because you recognize it properly this time. And same thing happens. You get the plate and you eat it. And by the time you eat a couple of spoons, you think that you shouldn't have come today. And somehow you finish it, you come back. And after that, you will not go if you are alert and awake. Otherwise, you will be in the cycle, same thing. So this is understanding the mind. This is how you kind of control the mind. The control is not the right word to use there. When you are alert, when your prajna, right, alertness is higher, you recognize things, you see things. And when you see your tendencies, the way the mind works, then you overcome it. It drops off by itself. This is Shama. Then Dhamma, that is the same, again, control of sense organs. This is, again, the same kind of inbuilt system which we have. See, when it's designed in women that when they see picture of a baby, their pupils dilate, it seems. Pupil is a black thing in your eye, right? The lens of the eye that goes big. This is how you're designed. When you look at a baby, usually most of the women, they are like attracted. They suddenly, and can you guess what gets men do the same thing? It's women, of course. The advertisement boards and all they put, right? The pretty girls. When men look at them, same thing happens. Pupils dilate. The it's natural, it's inbuilt, but only when you're alert and awake about it, when it keeps on happening again and again, you will be alert. You understand it, how it's happening, and when you see it properly, and you see it how it'll make you go round and round. All this, the same first example I said, right? You will go higher about it. You transcend it. Shamadama. Then titiksha, its ability to withstand usually pain. And of course, in pleasure, we always, we get carried over is the word. And when pain comes, we resist it. We don't want it. So, but the same thing, just as the first example and the second, you have to observe how you are reacting. When you keep observing, there will be that gap. That gap is the one which acts as the shock absorber, which Guruji says. Then Uparati. Uparati is the rati towards the higher. This is the journey, right? Which I said in the first couple of examples. The same, when you know something, when you really see it with all the prajna you have, you transcend it. This is the journey. And then you see the higher, which is, the worthy things in life, which takes you higher. Let's say this is the best you are able to be. I think when we observe ourselves properly, we can recognize when, okay, let's observe in a day, which is the best time in the day where I am at my best. Some people are really best in the morning. Usually, most of the people, I would say. Some people rarely are, they are fully energetic and at their best in the evenings. The same thing happens throughout our life. Some periods we are our best, and some it goes low. But when our bests keep raising, then, and when we try to be our best most of the time, then we get attracted to being at our best, and that level keeps raising. And this we can say Uparati. Then Shraddha.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'll send this second link for the next Zoom session because we are running short. We are having only 5 minutes for this session. Yeah? Okay. I'll schedule one more for the question answers.
Yeah, I'll finish off.
Can continue?
Yeah, please continue.
Shraddha, yeah.
Uparati.
Shraddha is a state where you don't have any doubts inside. It's usually about another person. It cannot be about a thing. Could be about some ideas and concepts also sometimes. But it's usually about some person. Could be friend, could be... in our spiritual terms, it's always mostly about the master. And Shraddha has to be born inside. You can't force it from the outside. When you don't have any doubts anymore, then the bhava that comes, that surrender, love, that thing which happens inside, it can be called Shraddha. Then the last one is Samadhana, which is one that which I explained kind of in the first session when we spoke of too many reflections come to one reflection. There is too many dualities, confusions in the mind, all go and you as a person converge into one focused, then that can be called Samadhana, I guess. So that's all the ones, and we are done with the time, I guess. I'm done.
We're having another 3 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. I will pose one question for the first Sampatti. That is Sama. Yeah. What is said by Gurudeva, which can be given to control the mind. What is the one thing which, when given, the sum gives the sama to the mind?
Atma-Gyana.
It's a. Oh,
Correct.
sorry. Okay.
Correct. It's a higher goal. As you said, sama is controlling of the mind. In Sanskrit, the meaning of sama is calming the mind, to sit at one place. When we give the mind the higher goal, that is Atma-Gnana, it gets pacified, it gets calm to sit at one place. I'll just upgrade it.
We have to log out and log in?
No. Yeah.
I mean,
I'll just send another link on the WhatsApp.
Okay.